Let's continue this conversation, and with that, we bring in our MLB expert, Jim Bowden. Jim, I'm just going to ask you straight up, from both sides when you look at this, the Red Sox and the Giants, why would they do this deal?
Well, this was a heist for the San Francisco Giants. I mean, look, this is a team in a pennant race with the Dodgers and Padres. Their pitching staff has outpitched both the Dodgers and Padres overall, and they needed another bat. And they get an impact bat at 28 years old in Rafael Devers, a player throughout his career who's been a 3.8 WAR player average over 162 games. He's hit 30 homers 3 times in his career. This will be the 4th time. They put him right in that DH spot for them. Their offense gets way better. Now, remember, the Giants have had a really hard time recruiting free agents over the years. They couldn't persuade Aaron Judge to go there. They couldn't get Carlos Correa to go there. They couldn't get Giancarlo Stanton. So instead, they trade for him. Smart play. In his prime, absolutely love it. So from the Giants' perspective, it was a heist. For the Red Sox perspective, if you're going to trade Devers to the Giants, number one, before you do it, shop him. They didn't shop him to anyone. They just made this deal with San Francisco. And if you're going to make this deal, you have to get Bryce Eldridge back as the headliner. He's their best prospect. He's a first baseman. He would have solved first base for years to come. And then as a second piece, you need to get either Hayden Birdsong or Landon Roop. Okay? Now, that would have made sense. Put Eldridge at first in a year. One of those starters go right in your rotation. But instead, what did Boston get? They got a 5th starter in Kyle Harrison, if that. Command and control has to come to continue to be that. And by the way, they optioned him right out. Jordan Hicks, who is a failed starter, who's probably just a middle reliever. And the best player in the deal they got back was James Tibbs, who was the Giants' first-round pick a year ago out of Florida State. Plus hitter, plus power, a first baseman. But here's the thing about him. His ceiling is not all-star, Silver Slugger, Gold Glove. It's a pretty good major league player. So I want you to think about this for 1 minute. The Red Sox return on Rafael Devers, Mookie Betts, and Chris Sale. The best player they got back for those 3 superstars probably is going to be James Tibbs. It's embarrassing, to be quite frank.
So there's so many ways to rebound from that. I want to start first with the Giants, and I want to pivot over to Buster Posey, because what does this say about him and his ability to be able to do this type of deal, get the player back of the caliber of Devers, and not give up the whole farm?
You know, I thought when they hired Buster Posey, it would be a game changer. I thought he'd be great in this position. He won 3 world championships as a catcher. He knows how to build a baseball team. He knows how to build culture. He knows the importance of unity inside that clubhouse. He's a brilliant guy. I've known him since he was drafted. And so I'm not surprised that he's crushing it. And that's what he did. He was able to persuade Willy Adames to sign there in the offseason. And now he makes this Devers trade. I mean, and so I'm not surprised. I think he is really making a statement. Number one, that the Giants are here and the Dodgers better hear us because we're not going away. And that he's going to have the ability to make trades like this. I mean, this is a very lopsided trade for Buster Posey and the Giants.
Is there any sort of net positive or any type of bright side you can find on this for the Boston side of things?
Sure. A couple of things. Number one, this opens up the pathway that when Wilyer Abreu comes off the injured list, their right fielder, that now they can keep Roman Anthony at the big league level to develop. So now there's a spot for Duran, Rafaela, Abreu, and Anthony in the 3 outfield spots and the DH spot. So that's positive. The other thing is I think ego's got in the way here. The ego of GM Craig Breslow and the ego of owner John Henry, because they didn't like the fact that Rafael Devers didn't want to move from 3rd to DH and then wouldn't move from DH to first base for them. And so I think they moved too quickly to move him. But that being said, they want to make sure their players know that if we ask you to change positions, you're going to do it or we're going to trade you. So I guess that would be the 2 positives for Boston. But remember, they just gave up a player that has a 152 OPS plus. That means he's 52% better than the average player at 28 years old in his prime. It's not a player that's replaceable. And I think they should have learned their lesson with Mookie Betts, and obviously they did not.
From one irreplaceable player to another, have about a minute left here, Jim. Shohei Ohtani making his debut on the mound. How big is this for Major League Baseball and, of course, the Dodgers?
Well, Shohei Ohtani insisted. I mean, this was his call. This was not the decision of Dave Roberts nor President Andrew Friedman. Shohei Ohtani told them, hey, I'm sick of throwing these simulated games. I'm ready to go. I want to pitch in the game. And so they're letting him. You know, I'm not sure it's the right move. I might have wanted to wait a little bit longer, to be honest, but that's the way it's going to be. Now, I was told that it'll probably go just one inning today, so he's going to be more of an opener. So don't have high expectations, but you know his adrenaline is going to be flying. You know he's going to be pounding the strike zone early. And for baseball, it's great to see Shohei back on the mound. It's great for the sport.
I like that. Tell the bosses, hey, I'm tired of doing it this way. I want to do it my way. When you're Shohei, hey, it works that way. Jim Bowden, thank you so much. Appreciate the time as always. And of course, that MLB slate looks a little bit like this. If you want to see Shohei, you've got to wait until 10:10 Eastern for the Padres and Dodgers to see maybe just the inning of Shohei. But hey, one inning is better than none at all. Start off at 7:05, Angels and Yankees, Red Sox, and that new team without Devers. They take on the Mariners before the series this weekend with the Giants.